Hey, what's up, everybody? We're gonna do a little Q&A tonight with me and big boy Stephen Dunn, two Louisiana boys getting together, talking about some book stuff. So if you can't understand us, if you don't know what we're saying, we're sorry. We'll try to do the best we can. All right, here we go. Let's get old Stephen on the camera here. Bring him on, bring him on. Here we go, here we go.
Hey, what's up, buddy?
Hey man, how you doing?
I'm doing well, doing well. How's everything your way, bud?
Good. We're finna shut it down for the evening. Got the kids. Kids are asleep, so everything's good.
Kids are asleep. Things are winding down, huh?
That's right. That's right. Prepping for the hurricane that ain't gonna come.
Yeah, my folks they said it's been nothing but blue skies where they're at, so which they're grateful for. But it's
Absolutely.
it definitely was not what it had been anticipated. So,
No, thank God for that.
but how'd you? That's exactly right. So how you doing, my man? You doing good this Sunday evening?
I'm doing good, brother. I just hope I can answer the questions you got since we're here live.
Well, I know you've been really a big influence for me through this process, and I have a few questions, and I know I could have called you and hit you up with them, but I figured that, these are things that where I'm at in the process, people are going to be here at some point real soon, and they're questions that other people might gain some value from, and if you don't know the answers, it's okay. It's just a conversation starter.
That's right. That's right.
And it's all good. No pressure. No pressure, my brother. No pressure. But
Ain't
at the
worried
same
about it.
time, I know you've kind of been through this, and I think you're going to have some good answers for me. So first of all, I just want to start off by kind of telling a little bit about where I'm at in the process. I went through this some time ago, where I just spoke into my phone after writing down basically a rough outline on a piece of paper. I had like 5 chapters in mind, and it was like, what's the thing I talk about the most all day, every day, that I'm just comfortable talking into my phone about? And it was back pain, and it was basically the home programs and things that I've been teaching my patients for years as a PT. And as I started doing that and putting it into the voice, I had this like long run-on sentence, right? This very, very long run-on sentence for each chapter. And I sent it to, at the time, rev.com, and they transcribed it for me. And then I took that information and sent it to someone at Fiverr, and they charged me $120 to basically edit it and put it into from a run-on sentence into something that I could then go back and start doing what I wanted to do with it. Right. And then from there, I kind of sat on it because I really needed to film the videos then, because I had all this, like, I'd spoke them out, but I didn't have the actual videos. And for me, this was really about getting the videos for my patients. Now I was like, all right, now I want to update everything I'm sending my patients. And so then I made the videos, and it took a few months to kind of get motivated to do that. And the videos were made. And now I've got all the videos that go along with the book, and I've got it through the edit process 4 or 5 times. I've got a few proof copies that I've got and read through them. And oh boy, I find edit mistakes every time. Mm-hmm. And that's kind of where I'm at now, where I have everything in place to, I think, I'm pretty close. I'm about to do an edit. I just got it uploaded tonight into the system to edit it again. And I made the change that you discussed just last week about taking all my YouTube links and putting them into a landing page.
Cool. Awesome.
So they're now in ClickFunnels, and they look great instead of having people try to type in YouTube links. And is that an O or a 0?
Right.
So that's something that I literally took from a week ago and made the change, and it looks really good. The site looks good. It's really awesome. So I'm super excited about that little subtlety. And so now I'm at a point where I'm having my my last look through at my cover. and the cover's been done for some time, but I've decided I want to change it here right at the end. And now my questions are, I kind of at this point where I was listening to your launch video, and I want to take into account some of the things that you talked about there. But I also want to ask you a couple questions, because like I now want to have like some of these books laying around in the studio, and they're going to cost me like $10 to print. My first question is, how do you get the multiple copies from Amazon? Do you pay them their full price, the price that you set up, or are you able to get them for a per print price?
Yeah, absolutely. So you can get author copies. You can get up to 99 at a time. And so the book that I have, Stephen, I think is 74 pages, and it was $2.15 to print, and it ended up being $2.38 for them to ship. I think I ordered 100 last time. So it ended up being $238 for 100 copies of my book, or 99 copies, whatever it was. So no, you can do that. There's a link. If you click on, when you're in your KDP account, it has the 3 dots on the right. You can click on one of those, and it says order author copies. And so you can do that because there's no way I was just going to drop the price of my book to like $3 and order them if I would have had to pay full price for everything. But yeah, man, that's a great idea. I mean, when I had my first copy, actually the book you ordered, Symptom Free Neck Pain, that was when I did it by myself. And I started handing those out to my patients, and I believe Jordan Black, who's up in Tennessee, got several copies and put them in his waiting room. And it's just to see, patients realize that was a book that I had written, made a huge difference, and, gets a lot more buy-in. So definitely, man, get you some copies in the clinic and pass those out to docs and whoever will take them. So yeah, man, you can definitely order author copies for cheaper.
Got it. That makes a lot of sense. And because I've seen a lot of people that say, hey, here's my Amazon link, but hey, if here's my book for free, I'll pay for your shipping.
Sure.
And they get people into their funnels, and
so that's another thing.
They do it that way. And so that,
yeah, so that's actually, so Aaron LeBauer just did that with his book. Christine Walker did that with her book. And so Christine, actually, I reached out to her several months ago, and she used a company out of Tulsa, I believe, that prints her books and ships them for her so she can get email addresses, things like that. I messaged Aaron last week, and he's using lulubooks.com. And so I've looked into that. There's another site called Vervante that you can actually post your books on Amazon, but Vervante will do, they kind of put a screen on it where they collect email addresses for you, because that's the whole point of this, is we want to collect data so we can, sell people our courses or whatever it is. So there's other sites. So sometimes, and that's something that after, doing some research yesterday, I was thinking there's going to be a lesson on that pretty soon, maybe this week, about using some of these other sites as well, because Amazon does not let you collect somebody's email address. And if we're trying to get,
that's what I thought.
We want to, we want to serve people. That's why we're writing books. We're not writing books to be millionaires, because there's better ways to do it. We're writing books to serve people and create authority in what we're doing. But we also want to be able to serve them with the other products that we have, and then make lifelong customers, lifelong relationships with these people. And you can't do that through Amazon. So you need to go to lulubooks.vervante.com. There's Book Patch, which is kind of quirky. There's a bunch of them. And so this week I'm actually going to reach out to several different people. I've already reached out to one of them and just kind of see what the prices are, so we can put that in here and know what the best place to order our books from is, because I want to be able to say, Stephen Dunn wants 10 copies of my book. Let me send them to him for my cost, and he's going to hand them out to his patients. And now your audience comes into my audience, and we start to build relationships that way.
Yeah. Yeah. I love that. That makes a lot of sense. And I know a lot of those funnels that I've looked into with I'm using ClickFunnels for my course, and I'm using ClickFunnels to host the videos now for the book. I know a lot of those ClickFunnels people that have done well have been with their, like, here's my free book.
Sure,
and
absolutely.
Upselling them on tons of information.
Yeah.
So that's just something I wasn't sure, like, how to go about and where to take it from. It'll be on Amazon. for people to find, but at the same time, how do I set that process up because of some of the different upsells that I don't quite have live ready, but I will have real soon because everything that I've been working on kind of ties in together with this book. So
there's
let me ask you this. Now,
before you ask me that, I want to tell you. So there's two guys, Ryan Levesque,
who's
written the book Ask, and then Anik Singhal, who's written, I cannot remember the name of his book right now. I've got it somewhere in here, but both of those guys wrote those books. They did free plus shipping and handling, so $7.95 for a book. And then what they do when you buy their book, they automatically enroll you into their class. So Anik Singhal is called Learn, L-U-R-N, and he gives you like 5 to 10 free courses on how to be a better entrepreneur. And now he has a ton of courses that you can buy into. They're fine, but you're also getting huge value for $7.95, and then he's building that relationship with you. So hopefully you'll buy his, $1,200 or $1,500 course or whatever later.
Yeah, that makes a lot of sense. Yeah. Well, let me ask you this. This is something a little bit off topic from the book, but now I wanted your opinion of it, because now I have this this basically all my videos for my book in this site on ClickFunnels, and I want to turn that into a app now that people can buy on an app store. Now, I know this is totally off topic from the book, but you have any experience? You know anybody or heard of anyone taking the same information and just again repurposing it into getting it into a new platform, of getting it into the app store with all those same videos that I already have ready to go, already purposed and looking good?
Yeah, so like now you're really like getting into my mind. So it must be that Louisiana connection. So one of my buddies here.
That's why I wanted to talk to you.
Yeah. So one of my buddies here is huge into computer programming. He just learned how to create apps a few months ago. He can write code, all this crazy stuff. And so he and I've talked over the last couple of Sundays about him creating an app for me with the healthy books stuff that I'm doing. And so, yeah, man, you can absolutely do that. I mean, there's several apps already out there that show exercises. There's Couch to 5K apps. So why not have a back pain Pilates app or whatever goes along with your book? Yeah, man, absolutely. I mean, I know you've got a virtual assistant right now, and that may be something that they can do. But if they can't, there's tons of people out there that can do that information. And I, from what my buddy's telling me, Stephen, it's not that difficult to do. As long as you're not writing some kind of. I had an idea the other day, and he was like, back up just a minute. Like, that's going to take a lot of time and effort. So, but, what you're talking about, I don't think is going to take long, and would be a huge service to your patients, man. That would be amazing.
I'm just like the information's there. I might as well get it into another outlet instead of Amazon, and instead of my own funnels, get it into the App Store. And I did ask my VA, and I will certainly. Once I get information from her, I just reached out to her just a little while ago today. I'll certainly pass that information on to that.
Sure.
But
Absolutely.
I don't know from her yet on that. So I just want to get you thinking about that.
Yeah, man.
And see your thoughts.
I'm there.
That. So now let me ask you one more question, and that's all the questions. And this is kind of in response to your video the other day. So like today, I just emailed you a few little while ago, basically the PDF of the book that I'm proofing right now in Amazon. Now, when you talk about like getting some of these like reviews right before you go live, you're talking about sending that PDF to people saying, hey, here's my book, here's the information, check it out. And then when it goes live, those same people that you've reached to and given that information to say, hey, my book's going live. How do I, basically remind them to go leave a review for you within those first few days of it going live.
Yeah. So this afternoon, I spent about 2 hours researching the reasons Amazon kicks your reviews out. I don't think I've posted that into the group yet. If I did, it was like a couple hours ago, but basically there's 5 or 6 reasons that Amazon will kick your reviews out. One is if it's your family member. 2 is if 2 people that live in the same house, whether it's like if you and your wife did a review for my book, they would kick those out because it looks shady to them. Third thing is if you use the same credit card. Another thing is they won't let you write a review if you haven't spent at least $50 on Amazon in the last calendar year with a credit card or a debit card. And then there's a link, and all this stuff will be posted later, probably tomorrow if I didn't already post it. I can't remember, but to answer your question, I've been doing so much, man, I don't remember. And really, this whole Facebook group thing is just so people would send me free copies of their book. So I got your book and Karen's book, and Mike Gable sent me his book, and I got all this stuff. So anyway, but to answer your question, after researching today, it seems like the best thing to do is to have people wait about 24 to 48 hours after you launch your book, and say, go ahead and do the review then. Now, having said that, I know Matt Parker just launched a book last week, and he had 2 weeks ago, and had 28 reviews. And so I don't think those people waited 48 hours. So that was kind of we think Amazon does this, but we're not 100% sure. But what I would do is, start reaching out to people. If you think you're going to launch your book in, August or September or whatever it is, then go ahead and start reaching out to people and say, hey, Jeremy, hey, Andy, hey, David Bailiff, hey, all these guys, I'm going to release my book. I really want you to write a review. We're going to release it on August the 23rd. I want your reviews in by August the 28th, because we want to do, and this is something I'm going to research more tomorrow too, we want to be the number one new release, and then we want to be the number one bestseller. So to be the number one new release, there's criteria that you have to meet, and I don't have that in my head just yet, but that's on my list of things to do this week. So we want to get those done in a timely manner, because it doesn't do me any good, Stephen, or you any good if you say, hey, review my book, and I wait 6 months and review it. I mean, that'll be good. It'll help your book later, but we want that thing to shoot to the top as quickly as possible. We want to screenshot that thing that says number one bestseller. That way we can show people that, hey, we did have a number one book, and then, get that done. So yeah, you want to be in constant, you want to start a secret Facebook group, with Done for You, Done Pilates, whatever it is, launch team. You want to be putting your cover in there, putting content in there. Hey, what do you think about this? And to be honest with you, you may not even change things that people say that they think you should change, because it's your book in the end, but you just want to get that input from people to see what they're thinking. Is it making sense? Is it just not making sense to you? Is it making sense to other people? And then, you're saying, hey, look, we're going to launch this book on Friday. I really need you to push this out to your friends and your family, people that you think would enjoy it. Give me honest feedback. They were talking about today doing contests, like whoever comes up with the best title idea or the best way to promote your book, you get a free copy and a coffee mug or something like that, within your launch team. So, man, there's a ton of things you can do. And, the cool thing is the information's out there. I've just been geeking out on it for the last month and a half, and just learning so much about how, even with our book that we did, the Neck Pain Solutions book, we should have freaking been able to launch that book to number one easy with just doing the things that we are doing. I mean, we only have 5 reviews on our book, and it's number 2 in pain management for free Kindles. So, I mean, if I would have just done it right, it'd still be number 1. So, yeah, man.
Awesome, man. Awesome. Now, let me ask you, I told you my last one was my last question, but this is my last question. How do I leave a review for you? Because I bought your book through Cheryl's Amazon account. I don't use Amazon, but I can go to her Amazon page, and that's where I bought your book and everyone's book. So I can go there and then click on your book and then click on review or click on my order history.
So if you go to any product on Amazon, you can review it, and so you just scroll down, you see the stars, and you click write a review, and then you write that review. So some hints, and I was going to talk about this later. When you do reviews, these are another reason that they get kicked out by Amazon, because Amazon has we know of at least 4 people that wrote reviews for our Neck Pain Solutions book that never showed up. And so when you go review my book, you don't say, hey, Jeremy's a good friend of mine. I know he loves his patients. I know he does great. Great information. Because they've been eating crawfish together. This guy doesn't know anything about his book. So you just say, hey, Jeremy Sutton or the author or, whatever you want to say, brings up some great points about neck pain. You can tell he's really knowledgeable on his subject. I think this would be good for, XYZ. And then that's how you leave a review. So we want to be more personal, but we need to back off and leave a layer between us, because even though, so you don't have to go leave a review on my book. I don't have to go leave a review on your book, but I want to, because I believe in you. I believe in what you're doing, same vice versa. But we just need to make sure that we do it in a professional manner and do, two or three sentences so people can see, hey, this was good information, and this is not my brother-in-law just doing this to boost my book.
Yeah. And those are all the things you got to pay attention to with everything these days. I love that. And that's great. That's just great. No nonsense information. So, well, cool, Jeremy. I appreciate it. Those are my list of questions that, again, I've been kind of thinking about with all the things that are going on with where I'm at in the process now. And I'm getting close to really, really close to the end. And again, I thank you and appreciate all. I mean, shoot, you've been helping me. We've been texting and Facebook messaging about this stuff now for months.
It's been a while. For sure.
I'm so excited to see it has, and I'm so excited to see you putting all this together in a great place. And again, thank you, man. I appreciate it, because my book would have just kind of sat there for another 6 months without a little motivation. So, and once you said, man, it only took me $2.17 to print my book or whatever it was, I was like, man, all right, I'm doing this. So I appreciate it, man. So I appreciate your help, man, and thanks for the knowledge. And I knew this information would be either something you were going to talk about, have talked about, or just stuff people want to hear and need to hear. So
awesome, man.
Yeah, man.
Have an amazing night.
And
with
it's
that,
getting close to
peace.
Yeah, man. And it's getting close to football season, so it's getting close.
Yeah,
it's getting
close. That's right.
It's hot. It's hot enough to start talking about football season around here. So
it is for sure hot enough.
Well, man, appreciate it. Thanks for your time, man. And I'll talk to you later, buddy.
Later, Stephen. Thanks, man.
Peace.
Bye.